Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. So, first of all, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for subscribing and liking my videos, also for commenting. It really means a lot to me. I'm so grateful. So, this video is all about PhD, as you already know by the thumbnail. So let's begin with the classification of PhD. First of all, there are two types of PhD, 1 month of PhD and 2 months of PhD. Now it depends on your recruiter that whether they put you in 1 month of PhD or 2 months of PhD. Both are basically same, it just varies with the duration of the PhD. And PHT means pre-hire training, which is provided by your airline like Indigo and Air India. In this video, I will talk about the PhD training of Indigo Airlines. So basically you have two trainers in your PhD and the duration of your classes would be 6 to 8 hours. Now it depends on your performance and there would be breaks and gaps as well in between your classes. So the first trainer would take your morning session and the second trainer would take your afternoon session. They basically starts from the very scratches of grammar, tenses, preposition and the structure of your sentence. So to be very honest, it really helps to brush up your communication, confidence level and your teamwork capabilities, because you work in a team, you get to learn from each other, you are often told to, give your peers candid feedbacks. So you actually get to know your mistakes and shortcomings, where you should work and you should improve to meet the criterias of the recruiters. Now let's come to the main attraction, which is the ratio or the chances of getting selected. Now it totally depends on the operational requirement of the organization. If they have urgent operational requirement, then definitely the hiring ratio would be, more, like they would select a lot of girls. Also, it depends on your performance, the way you worked on yourself and you have proved yourself to be a promising candidate. It also depends on that. Like if I talk about my batch, then after mid-review, we all knew that who is going to get selected. So it would be clear for you as well. Now there are two reviews, mid-review and final review. In mid-review, they just check your communication and give you feedbacks just like your trainer, and it's a kind of mock interview. If I talk about my mid-review questions, then first of all, she asked me about my interview experience. So the motto of asking me this question was to check my past tense, whether I'm okay with past tense, I can carry it forward or not. The second question was regarding my educational qualification. I explained everything, my academic briefing. After that, there was a follow-up question, which was, why did I choose to become a cabin crew after doing Masters in English? I could have chosen the field of teaching, to be a professor or a teacher in a school, but why did I choose to become a cabin crew? So I explained honestly whatever I thought was applicable for me, so I answered honestly. So you can see that they can ask you anything, whatever comes up in her mind at that very moment she can ask you that, or she can ask any follow-up question, any cross question that she might think would be relevant. So this is all about the mid review. After mid review, your interviewer or the reviewer would give you colors. There are 3 colors. First one is the green, which is very rare, and the second one is amber or yellow, and the last one is the red. Now if you are in green, that means you are good to go, you are in a safe zone. If you are in amber, then definitely you are safe, but you need to work a little bit more. Then if you are in red, that means you are in danger zone. Like you seriously need to be attentive. You need to, work really hard on your communication to meet the criterias of the recruiters. Now in our batch, we 3 girls were in the safe zone. One was in green and 2 were in the amber zone. And I was the only one who was in green, but that doesn't mean that I would definitely get selected. It can happen that you were in green and in the final review you got rejected. Yes, this can happen as well. So our trainer didn't tell us whether we are in green, amber or red. She just told us about our mistakes, where we made pronunciation errors and SVA errors, which are subject verb agreement errors. I made 2 pronunciation errors, and in most of the times I got a few pronunciation errors and I think a few structural errors that I worked on and tried my level best. Then the day of our final review came, and till then I think we were 19 girls. Yes, in my final review the reviewer asked me a lot of questions, but the questions were relatively easy compared to the mid review. The first question was, tell me about your daily routine. So I explained my daily routine is really simple. So the motto behind asking me my daily routine is to check my present tense. Trust me guys, if you are sorted with present tense and past tense, simple past and present, then you are going to make it really good. You are really good to go. You just have to work on the other tenses, get the proper perception, but in most of the conversations, you would feel that you need simple present or simple past. After that, she asked me about a historical figure that I admired. I answered, and the rest of the questions were follow-up questions, and those questions were really easy. I would advise you that do not cram your answers. Whatever comes naturally, just speak it. Try to be okay with your pronunciation and SVA errors. Do not make SVA errors, but even if you make 2-3 mistakes, that's totally fine. The reviewer would definitely understand that whether these mistakes are occasional or not. I also made 1 mistake, so it's totally fine. They just want to check your confidence. So be confident, be optimistic, and be true to yourself. Whatever you speak, you should be able to explain that, because there are high chances that they would ask you follow-up questions and cross questions. So if you answer honestly, you would be able to elaborate more. You would be able to give further information regarding any incident or any achievements, anything. So if I talk about the general questions that they actually ask in PhD, then first of all, your daily routine, any past incident in your school life, college life, any of your achievements where you really felt proud or your parents felt really proud of you. Then they ask about your trip. Okay, it could be your last trip or a last experience where you gained a new experience. So this is all about the trip, your destination. It could be your favorite destination as well. Now there are a few conditionals as well. This is only in PhD. Like in normal interview they don't ask questions from conditionals, but in PhD they ask questions from conditionals because they teach you conditionals. Now conditionals are mostly regarding the hypothetical situation or any unreal situation. For example, your reviewer asks you, tell me what would you do if you find an alien on your flight, or what's your dream destination? What would you do if you got an opportunity to visit your dream destination? So here we have to follow a structure, and you would definitely get to know about the structure in PhD. There are a few types of conditionals, like zero conditionals, first conditionals, second conditionals, and third conditionals. Mostly they ask question from second conditionals because it's regarding the hypothetical or unreal situations. Now they ask you about your family as well. How do you feel about your mother, your siblings? So they can ask you these things as well. So you just need to know about yourself, your family, your likes, dislikes, your future plans. Then they can ask you about Indigo, like why do you want to be a part of Indigo? Why do you want to be a cabin crew, to be very specific? Now here you have to explain your skills, like communication skills, your jovial, optimistic manner to deal with people and to make them happy. How do you feel about passengers? Now they can also ask you about aviation, like why do you want to join aviation? So you need to give out your opinions. Now opinions do not matter. Whatever you feel, you can honestly explain about that, but be certain that you are really giving out your honest opinion, because they would definitely ask you the cross questions, and they would definitely give you a lot of follow-up questions. Now if I talk about the rare questions, in some reviews I got to hear that they ask about the rupee symbol in Indian currency. Then they asked about your PhD experience. This is not rare or weird. They often ask you about your PhD experience and your trainer as well. So you just have to be ready with everything. They can ask you everything. You should be ready with everything. So this was all about PhD, and to be very honest, nowadays the selection ratio has decreased. Earlier they selected like 25 girls out of 30 or 29 girls out of 30, but nowadays they hardly select 10 or 12. In most of the cases they select even 6, 3. So the ratio has decreased. But if you work properly, if you really become a proficient communicator, then they would definitely select you, trust me. So if PhD is paid, then I would suggest you try to invest on a good grammar book and try to learn from there. Listen to podcasts, watch English videos, try to communicate with yourself in front of the mirror and try to be positive. look positive, be confident, and you are good to go. So, this was all about PhD and about my experience as well. Hope you all like it. If you do, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Till then, bye bye, take care, namaskar, Jai Hind.